Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Kristen Ann, and today we are going to be exploring the beautiful Palm Beach, Florida. You're probably on my channel today because you're looking to head here in the near future, so stay tuned for the 10 best things to do in Palm Beach, Florida. Starting at number 1, we've got the Henry Flagler Museum. Isn't it gorgeous? You can really feel that old city charm just looking at the property. Henry Flagler named it the White Hall Estate after he built it in 1902, and it is, wait for it, 100,000 square feet. That is enormous, and it has 75 different rooms. And now, obviously, it is a national landmark and it is open for the public to visit and just, enjoy and revel in the wondrous grandeur that it offers. Now, on the day of our visit, we were kind of on a tight schedule and we couldn't go through the museum, kind of sad. But they said it would take us about 2 hours to get through the entire mansion, and we had our 1-year-old with us. We knew he wouldn't last that long, and it should be noted that you can't bring strollers into the museum. I thought that was a little odd, but I'm sure it's for a good reason, like small walkways or something. So we were slightly worried about our little child running off and getting into something breakable. I know you're not supposed to touch anything while you're there. So that being said, this museum might not be suitable for younger kids, but it could be a fun historical experience for older children. But the good news is if you do bring your child under the age of 6, they get in for free, which is really nice. And then your children ages 6 to 12, they'll only be $3. Your youth-aged kids from age 13 to 17 will be $10. And then your adults 18 years and above will be $18. And hint, hint, we will be coming back in the very near future to do a full tour of the Flagler Museum. So stay tuned for that and make sure you check out for the link in the description down below. And coming up next is the Lake Trail. And I'm telling you, people love this trail. It stretches over 5.5 miles and provides stunning views along the way. I highly suggest bringing your bike or your rollerblades when you visit so you can do the entire trail round trip in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, 5.5 miles is not exactly short, but on a bike, it's definitely doable. We decided to walk for part of the trail beginning at the Flagler Museum, and as you walk around to the left side of the estate, you'll see the Gull Cottage, which we'll talk about next, a gorgeous side view of the mansion, and a giant Kapok tree. So if you see these landmarks, that's how you know you're heading in the right direction. I so wanted to jump over the fence and get a close-up view of the beautiful tree, maybe give it a hug or something, I don't know. Obviously, I did not do that since it's on private property, but you can still get a wonderful picture just outside the fence because it's pretty low and it doesn't cover up too much. I mean, it would be impossible to build a fence big enough to cover this towering tree. It is that huge and wonderful. Oh, and please pause to notice the sign honoring the Cocoanut Grove house. And yes, I think it's pronounced Cocoanut because that is how it's spelled. Y'all, I wanted to cry seeing this sign because this historical landmark was destroyed by fire way back in the 1800s, 1893, but the city still has the plaque set up for it. I just thought that was so sweet and meaningful. So number 2, Lake Trail. You gotta check it out. All right, for number 3, we're headed back to the Gull Cottage that I mentioned before. Look how precious it is, and it carries so much historical significance that you aren't going to believe me when I tell you all that this little cottage has been through, okay? The Gull Cottage is known as the oldest remaining house in Palm Beach, as it was built in 1886 by a railroad and land developer, R.R. McCormick. Well, apparently, Henry Flagler saw the cottage and he fell in love with it. So he bought it from McCormick and he held it as his winter residence until Whitehall, aka the Flagler Museum, was completed in 1902. And then, get this, Flagler moved the cottage in 1913 to Breakers Row, where it became an ocean view rental cottage. Like, what? How he moved an entire house in 1913 is beyond me. But after many years of wear and tear, the cottage was relocated and restored near its original location in 1984, and it's been restored a few times since then to try and, bring it back to life. It now resides adjacent to the Royal Poinciana Chapel, which is maybe a little bonus thing to do in Palm Beach, and that was also built in the 1800s and has been redone many times to bring it back to life as well. So if you are interested in touring either one of these places, make sure you go to the church before your visit. We learned quickly that the doors were very locked and we could not get in to have a look around. Moving right along, some of you, I'm sure, have guessed this one because it is a staple of Palm Beach. You guessed it, the Breakers Hotel. Now, I'll spare you most of the historical details on this go around because, spoiler alert, I have a full Breakers Hotel guide coming up very soon. So make sure you check the link in the description to find that video. But it was founded in 1896 and still stands today in all its glory, even after being destroyed multiple times by fire. Really sad, but I'm so glad it's still there. It's still beautiful. Now, everything about the Breakers embodies luxury. It's spectacular rooms, 2 world-class golf courses, a spa, a private beach club, 13 boutique stores for shopping, and 10 restaurants. There is simply no competition when it comes to the extravagance of this hotel. And there are countless daily resort activities that you can enjoy during your stay for guests of all ages. I know that my son loved the playground, for example. You simply can't go wrong at the Breakers. Oh, and did I mention that it's oceanfront? Yep, that's right. It's right on the ocean. That's my favorite part of the hotel, along with eating at the seafood bar, which gives you super impressive views of the beautiful Atlantic. At number 5, let's head on down to Bethesda-By-The-Sea, a wonderful Episcopal church that began in 1889 and has only grown from there. Little fun fact, my husband's parents actually got married here, and I can only imagine how stunning of a wedding ceremony that must have been. I mean, look at this place. And another fun fact, NBA star Michael Jordan got married here too, which is super cool. And considering how big of sports fans that my in-laws are, it's kind of cool that they can say they got married at the same church as the legend MJ. I mean, at least I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, the church is absolutely stunning, but the real hidden gem here is the garden way in the back. I had no prior knowledge of the garden, so I was really pleasantly surprised when I came across it. Take a look at this wondrous koi pond. I was in awe. Hidden spots like this are right up my alley, so I just had to share with y'all. Definitely do not miss out on the secret mystical garden. Number 6, let's talk about the Society of the 4 Arts. This is a nonprofit organization that strives to bring artistic awareness, appreciation, and events to the local community. Here you can find absolutely lovely art exhibitions, sculptures, and performances, but I think the stunner has to be the Botanical Gardens just because of the reason why it was founded. So back in 1938, people coming to Florida were struggling with the incredibly hot weather. If you've been to Florida, you know what I'm talking about. And they needed help navigating the land in order to be able to grow sustainable food in Florida's climate. And this is what the Botanical Gardens set out to accomplish. It demonstrates how to correctly landscape and deal with plants that are more suitable for the environment. Genius and wonderful. And the best part about it nowadays, it's free. So anybody can go walk through these lovely gardens. You will have a great time. Now, okay, friends, honesty time. We did not get to tour this place for real, and I'm still sad about it. We did not realize that it closed at 5, so we did miss out there, but I was planning to come back anyways for a full-on tour, so maybe it worked out for the best. But don't let this happen to you. Note to self, Society of the 4 Arts closes at 5. Coming in hot at number 7, we've got Worth Avenue. Okay, if you haven't seen my Worth Avenue walking tour, go check it out right after you finish this video. I will link it in the description down below. This place is the epitome of luxury, and you simply cannot miss it when you visit Palm Beach. It is a major staple here. A little bit of history, Worth Avenue was named after General William Jenkins Worth back in 1913 and was one of the first developed areas in all of Palm Beach. Pretty cool. The Vias, or alleyways were added later on in the 1940s, but I'm so glad they were. These pedestrian walkways are my favorite part of Worth Avenue because it just feels like you stumbled on a little bit of, European flair being brought into the United States. This magnificent avenue is full of luxury shopping, dining, stays, art, history, events, and entertainment, and there are hundreds of picturesque spots along the street and throughout the vias for you to take advantage of. You'll truly find the most upscale brands and the classiest people here on Worth Avenue. It is definitely an experience. And additionally, Worth Avenue is only a few steps from the beautiful Atlantic Ocean and a public beach access. We'll talk about that in just a second as our number 8, but I really quickly wanted to mention, this is so random, but I had to include it since I simply love this place. The Surfside Diner is really close to Worth Avenue. You'll probably pass it on your way there, and I fully recommend checking it out. I just think it is very charming, it's well priced, and overall a really fun experience. All right, we're back. Number 8 is the Worth Avenue Clock Tower, which sits right on Midtown Beach. I know we already talked about Worth Avenue, but this is just a quick part 2, okay? The Worth Avenue Clock Tower is right at the end of the road, and it is a favorite picture spot among tourists and locals alike because it overlooks the delightful Midtown Beach. And another spoiler alert, a walking tour of Midtown Beach is my next video coming out, and I'm so excited to share it with you. It is a very lively beach, so don't necessarily expect a relaxing experience. Every time I have been, there have been hundreds of people on the beach, but it's not so overcrowded that it's unbearable, okay? Usually the people are pretty spread out, and it makes for a dynamic, more spirited beach day, which I think is really cool. All right, the Colony Hotel is coming in at number 9. The Colony Hotel has a very rich history, and we won't get into all of that today, but I definitely invite you to learn more about this stunning property and everything it stands for. It dates back to 1947 and is one of the premier places to stay in Palm Beach. I kid you not, it calls itself a classic destination with charm and a fashionable sense, and I think this encapsulates its spirit pretty well, and I think you'll agree with me. From beach butlers to driving services, from custom pet furnishings to fitness classes, from babysitting services to Johnny Brown the monkey, aka the mascot of the Colony Hotel, who apparently ran for the mayor of Palm Beach or something. I don't know. But anyways, this hotel is certainly not lacking in the charm department. It is full of charm, and it is a wondrous sight to behold in all of its pink glory. Only one more to go. The Palm Beach Par 3 golf course comes in at number 10. This Par 3 course is so fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'm just a beginner. I'm really not very good, you guys, but I try, and I really think this could be a really fun whole family outing. My husband is an avid golfer, and he absolutely loves this place. So, like I said, you can go with your whole family, enjoy the 18 par 3 holes, and then get a bite to eat at Al Fresco, the golf course's on-site restaurant. And this is a huge staple of Palm Beach. After all, Florida in general is a massive hub for golfers and golf courses, so how could you miss out on an incredibly fun golf experience while visiting Palm Beach? You really can't. You gotta embrace yourself in the culture, okay? You just have to. And I promise you will have a great time. And there you have it. Those are my 10 best things to do in Palm Beach, Florida. If you like what you saw today, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get more of my awesome travel videos. And try this list out. Let me know how you liked all of the activities and what you enjoyed the most. And don't forget to check out the description for the links I was talking about earlier for my upcoming videos. Until next time, from my heart to yours, this has been Kristen Expedition.